Alright, good evening traders. Been a couple of days. We've been really busy here, but we've got several new trades to talk about today and updates on several of the trades that we have in our portfolios. So let's get right down to it. First trade is a new trade for the day. Hey, we had a nice little down move in the stock market yesterday. Hey, we don't get nice little down moves that often anymore, so it's almost like a Bigfoot sighting when you have a 25-point down day in the S&Ps. There was a rumored sighting. That's about the best way you can describe those. So you got to take advantage of them. All right. So what we did in the S&Ps this morning was we sold S&Ps at the 2100 level. What I did was, there's the symbol, the ES futures. We sold puts. 3 days to go. I sold the 2100s. If you'll look at the charts that we updated, let's see if I can pull a chart over here right quick, guys. Just to show you what I did. Let me remove my studies. Alright, let's pull this over. Let's take a look. There we go. Okay, let me maximize this screen here so you can see it a little better. Alright, so I sold the 2100s. You'll see that's my lower level for the week. I've already have some hedges in the market. They're resting at let's get in the right account so you can see those showing up. So we have 3 S&P 500 futures resting there. You can see in my red area. So in case we get a down swoosh, we'll get triggered in on the hedge on these things. Then we'll just play it by ear. If we touch the level right here, then I'll fully hedge the position, and then we'll be just locked in. Then, the S&P 500, as far as I'm concerned, can drop to 150. We'll be covered in that trade right there. All the risk will be completely obliterated to the downside. We'll have a nice trade on. All right, so that's what I did in S&P 500 futures. Let's dig this out of the way. Alright, let's move to the next one. Okay, let's see what we have here. This is our crude strangle that we have in our account. Maximize that. Alright, so just to remind you that we put this trade on October 3rd with 44 days to go in the crude market. Just put a strangle on, and then we added to it. So here are our positions right here. These are the adds. So this was the original position on this line, and the highlighted line there is the add that I made to the position. So our max profit's $4,000. Buying power is 12,000. We've got 12 contracts on. Right now we have 35 days to go, $450 in profit, and our linear profit loss graph says that if we're above 824 right now, we are clear with a green light to take the trade off. We're not there yet, so we're going to let this trade play out a little bit more. We're not even close to the 25% level yet, so we'll just take a look, and once we let the trade mature a little bit more. All right, let's move to the next one. Update it. Alright, new trade in the IRA account. So with the down move yesterday, I always like putting on tranching in. Let me just say I like tranching in to Iron Condors in the retirement account, not putting on the full position or anything. So we put one on today. So here's today's date. We did it in the SPX, again in the retirement account. Traded an Iron Condor with 44 days to go. Here's our trade particulars, all of the data. We sold the 2005 puts, sold the 2215 calls. Let me make that change. I don't know how that happened. There, it's all better. Alright, so we sold the 2205 puts, sold the 2215 calls. Man, I just goated that one all up. Bought the 2255 and bought the 1965. So our wings are $40 wide in the SPX. Our normal Iron Condor trade in the SPX. 70% probability of success, so we're just outside of the 1 standard deviation level. And again, 44 days to go. We collected 840. Max profit's 2520. Max loss is 9480. Got a good ratio there, about right in line with what we expect with the SPX. Okay, here's all of our trade data for our profit targets, our hedging or strategy adjustments, ever what you want to call this, guys. Anytime we alter this trade, you can call it hedge or strategy adjustment, whatever you want to call it. Doesn't really matter. You're changing the strategy. So we're going to take a real hard look at 2030 on the downside and 2195 on the upside. First course of action, if we have to hedge, is to try and roll down if we're on the put side, and collect more premium and try to do the trade, make the trade as wide as possible, and try not to lose anything on the exchange. Not sure if we can do that. We always want to take a look at that when we get into this position. Alright, second course of action is to roll down the unchallenged side. We just tighten the Iron Condor up. Third course of action is an at-the-money butterfly wherever we're taking some heat. Whichever short option is taking some heat. So if we're taking heat on this side right here, we could drop an at-the-money butterfly right there. Go ahead and buy it. If it's pressing us on the upside and we want to buy some time, give ourselves a little bit more room, and we'll buy an at-the-money butterfly on this side. We can also look at broken wing butterflies, guys. All those things, all those tools that we have in our kit bag to make these adjustments, we'll look at. It just depends on how fast we get to one of the short strikes, if we get challenged. Okay, first reassessment area is 25% of the profit target. That will be 630. Again, we would really look at taking this off if we get to 630 or above, well ahead of our linear profit loss graph. Alright, so that's the new trade for the Iron Condor. Let's see what's up next. Okay, new trade, broken wing butterfly for the retirement account. We put this trade on today. Let me change that date. Sorry about that, guys. There we go. Okay. Hey, for those of you working in Excel, a really short, quick way to insert today's day is just to press Control and semicolon at the same time, and today's date will pop right in there. It's a really neat feature to use. Alright, so we put the broken wing butterfly on the SPX in the retirement account with 58 days to go. Alright, here's our trade data. This is what we did. We'll call it 70% probability of success. IV was 16%. We sold, you know what, guys, I don't think I even updated this piece right here. I did not. I went so fast on my updates. Give me just a second and I can do this really quick here. So hold on just a second. Okay, I'm back. That was all that needed to be updated. We actually collected a $1.45 on this trade. You can see how flat that line is, just above the zero line. So we're in really good trade for this. Again, what my tactics are for these trades are to reassess if we get close to the put side. I mean, we've got all the way down to 2048 before we even really need to think about doing anything. So if the market gets away from us to the upside, I mean, we have nothing at all to worry about. We just let it go. My tactic there, since we put this on with 58 days, is to reassess at the 30-day mark. See where this thing is, if it's to the upside. So if we're way up here, 30 days to go, I will more than likely look at selling a call spread somewhere up in here to try to turn this into like an Iron Condor trade and then manage it from there. So I've just got a lot of aspirations that this is going to be a really good trade for the retirement accounts. Really good trade for anything, but really like it for the retirement accounts. The theta line is very, very flat in it, making anytime this stock market moves in a big way, it doesn't even budge. So I really, really like this. My plan is to just continue to inventory these broken wing butterflies to the tune of one a month. So I'll put one of these on every 30 days. I'll put them on at the 60-day expiration cycle, days to expiration. So I'll just continue to catalog these things in that fashion. And after about 4 months, then I'll probably start getting active in these things. So we'll see how all that works. Theoretically, I think it's going to play out pretty good. We'll just see how reality works for us. But anyway, that's a new trade for the retirement account. See if we have anything else. Let's see. There was... Okay, yeah, there's one other trade after this, and I'll go pull it up. Alright, so this is a status update on our double your portfolio strategy. I'll come up with a neat little name for this thing. But right now we'll just call it double your portfolio strategy. So this is the one where we're intentionally setting out to try to double the account in 12 months. I've got to tell you guys, we're off to a bang-up start in this thing. We've had to nurse this position. We put it on September 25th with 22 days to go. We're still in the trade. We have 5 days left in this thing. We have a $2,000 profit. We are already up somewhere to the tune of 7% on this trade in the account. So this is just a huge trade right now. I'm going to watch this thing very closely for the next day or two going into Friday. So we'll see what we can get with 5 days to go. This is a potential home run. I mean, this could really, really put this portfolio in a very good position going into the end of the year. We've already had, I think, 3 really good trades in that double your portfolio strategy. This could be the 4th. So let's just see how this one plays out. But that's the power of these strategies and the intentional use of our money management algorithms to try to posture ourselves for a rate of return, whatever that may be, whatever we define that as. But for this account, we're shooting for roughly 10% a month, and I'll tell you, we're exceeding that right now. I hope I didn't jinx this trade. I hope I don't wake up tomorrow with crude down to or up to, but we'll just play it from there. Alright, the last trade I want to show you, give you an update. I wouldn't even pull this up right now, but it's important because this is the first broken wing butterfly that we put on. So I just wanted to show you the status of this. Let's see, broken wing butterfly, September. There we go. Okay, let's make sure. Yep, this is updated. I just closed it out by mistake. Okay. So 58 days to go. We have 44 days remaining. We're up 391, and this is the trade picture. Really good shape in this thing. I really like this trade. Really is working out super nice in the retirement accounts. So we'll just keep doing more, refining the approach, and hopefully this will just add to an already good strategy in the retirement accounts. Okay, traders, that's a wrap on the update for today. So I'll shoot you out something tomorrow and give you an update on the status. We're really close on a couple of trades as far as potential home runs, and that's it for the night. Have a good night.